This is Highlights and Popular Topics with Natalie from Simsbury Community Television Studio. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Highlights and Popular Topics with Natalie, and thank you for joining. Good afternoon. Beautiful blooming flowers at the Old Drake Hill Flower Bridge. All these flowers baskets are being taken care by volunteers, town residents. Ice cream social party at the Simsbury Historical Society hosted by Democratic candidate Eric Wellman for the first selectman of the town. Solar eclipse viewing party at the Simsbury Public Library. The first story is about the Old Drake Hill Flower Bridge located at 1 Old Bridge Road, Simsbury, Connecticut. Driving by on a sunny Saturday afternoon, I noticed how beautiful the bridge looks like, covered with baskets full of blooming flowers. As I was taking pictures, I noticed groups of people walking by and enjoying the pleasant view of the flower baskets. I also happened to meet an elegant lady, a volunteer who takes care of the flowers on the opposite side of the bridge. This is the Old Drake Hill Flower Bridge, located at 1 Old Bridge Road, Simsbury, Connecticut. It is indeed one of the most beautiful places to see during the summer. I was driving by this afternoon and stopped to see how flowers baskets are doing in mid-August. And they are in full bloom and doing very well. Can you please tell us your name?
Janice Johnston.
Janice, how is your flower doing today?
The flowers are doing very well. This year with the rain that we've had, and not just the rainy days, but sometimes the break from intense sun, I think the flowers are doing really well.
And we had a little bit of rain. How often do you normally water your plants?
The plants have an irrigation system, so they're watered daily on an irrigation system.
When you come and check, what is the most important that you have to take care of?
Making sure that the dead flowers are cut off and that we remove the weeds. There's a lot of problems with grass and weeds that we have to take care of. Yeah.
I agree. How long do you expect this garden up front will last? Until first frost?
Usually until a hard frost, yes.
As I was walking by and talking about flowers and how this bridge is nice and beautiful, I saw a group of nice people who is not from Simsbury. They are from
Westfield, Massachusetts, and Texas. New Braunfels, Texas.
From Massachusetts and Texas. I would like to know if you have something like this in Texas.
It's too hot.
What weather looks like today in Texas?
What it looks like? The weather? Hot. When you go to Texas in the spring, you'll see the bluebonnets. And they just cover all the fields. And everyone goes out to take pictures of their children sitting in the bluebonnets. And just the view is just amazing. And she sees it every year. I don't, but she sees it every year.
What do you think about this bridge?
I love it. It's very similar to the bridge we had in Shelburne Falls, the Bridge of Flowers. And it's also very similar to a beautiful park we have right in Westfield, Stanley Park, which a lot of people from Connecticut come to. And it's more of a garden area covering a number of acres. And there's all kinds of roses, and all these flowers that are here are there too. And it's just so beautiful to be able to be with nature and enjoy these beautiful flowers God made for us.
I agree, especially during this nice summer day. Thank you. Last Sunday, a Democratic candidate, Eric Wellman, hosted an ice cream social and face painting party for the Simsbury residents as a campaign for the office of a first selectman of a town. The first selectman is elected to a 2-year term and presided over the Board of Selectmen. In November 2016, town residents voted to make changes to the town charter, including a change in the form of government from the first selectman to a town manager form of government. I asked Eric Wellman a few questions about his campaign, also his opinion about a new form of government in Simsbury. Simsbury Historical Society, ice cream social and face painting campaign for Eric Wellman, a Democratic candidate for the first selectman of the town. Good afternoon, Mr. Wellman. A few questions as to how you made your decision to become the first selectman of the town.
Thank you. Well, my background is in journalism. I spent 10 years in journalism asking tough questions, holding politicians accountable. So I'm asked now, why are you, throwing your hat into the ring for public service? And, I think a lot about my 5-year-old daughter, and I think a lot about the election of Donald Trump and the direction that our country is moving in. And I think about the polarization in the politics in Washington and the politics at the state level, the inability to get a budget passed. And then I look at what's happening locally, and I see a government that's functioning. We haven't had a tax increase in 3 years. We work in a bipartisan fashion, and I think at the end of the day, that's what the people of Simsbury want. It's what the American people want. And I don't care, if you're Democrat, Republican, unaffiliated, wherever you come from, if you're bringing fresh ideas, I want to work with you, and I think that I've got the background and the skill set to do that. So currently I work in the financial services industry, managing multi-million-dollar continuous improvement projects. So it's my job to figure out how can we get companies to work smarter, not harder, and make things really better for our employees and our customers. And it's that exact experience that I would love to be able to bring to Town Hall.
My next question is, why should town residents choose you?
Right. So I've got, as I mentioned in previously, my background is in journalism, and people in journalism are naturally curious people. I want to hear the ideas of people in town, understand what people are passionate about, and then really be able to leverage those ideas and passion. Simsbury is great, and I think we're on a great path. And I want to keep up the work and really the legacy of Lisa Hevner, who has managed this town in, with open and inclusive, bipartisan leadership. I want to be able to continue in that tradition. I also think about my experience in continuous improvement. So I work for Aetna, and my job is to figure out how can we save the company money while simultaneously making things better for the customer. So as you think about the tough decisions that we need to make, every budget year around the town services that we're going to provide, how we're going to spend our money. I believe that our budget really reflects our values. And I believe that if you think that the government has a role to play, then I think that we need to be able to pay for the things that are near and dear to us. So I'm talking about high priorities like our schools, our town services that we, us and our families enjoy. And I really believe that we need to spend our money smart, and my background in process improvement and continuous improvement is going to allow me to do that.
And my last question is, can you tell us, please, a few words about a new form of government and what it's going to be different for the town?
Sure. So we're moving to a town manager form of government. So today, our first select woman is basically the chief executive of the town. So they're the head of the Board of Selectmen, and they're running the town as the chief executive officer day to day. In the new structure, the town manager is going to be really running the day-to-day of the town, and it'll be up to the first selectman to be the head of the Board of Selectmen, which sets policy. So the way I see the relationship is that the Board of Selectmen sets policy, and then the town manager implements and executes that policy. One of the things that makes Simsbury so special is our our level of civic engagement. People are so involved in the boards and commissions and the nonprofits in town. And one of the things that I worry about as we move to a town manager form of government is keeping up that level of engagement. So one of my top priorities as first selectman is going to be making sure that we keep up that level of engagement and we not have a rubber stamp board of selectmen that does whatever the town manager wants to do. I don't think that that's what the people of Simsbury want. We want our elected leaders to be setting the policy, and then we want our town manager to be implementing that policy. And I would be a real strong leader in bridging that transition, because how we manage this transition over the next couple of years is really going to shape how Simsbury moves into the future.
Thank you, Mr. Wellman, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Solar eclipse viewing party took place on Monday, August 21st at the Simsbury Public Library. The party was open to all ages. Participants watched a quick video about solar eclipse and listened to a guest speaker. Also, they had the chance to ask questions about solar eclipse. Simsbury Public Library provided special viewing glasses to every participant to watch the eclipse.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Prado. I'm head of Children's Services at the Simsbury Public Library, and we're here today for our Eclipse viewing party. We gave out about 100 pairs of Eclipse glasses for the event today, and we're excited to be able to share this with the community. To find out more about events going on at the Simsbury Library, you can visit our website, simsburylibrary.info/events.
Remember to put your Eclipse glasses back on before any of the sun's rays start to peek through again. Any sunlight reaching your eyes, even for a few seconds, can cause serious damage. While an eclipse can last a few hours, totality typically occurs for less than 3 minutes. Animals and plants have also been known to alter their behavior during a total eclipse. Songbirds may stop singing, crickets may start chirping, and flowers may even start to close up. We won't always be able to see total solar eclipses. The moon moves about 1.5 inches away from Earth each year. It's estimated that in about 1 billion years, the moon will be too far away from Earth to completely cover the sun.
Hi, my name is Barbara Friedland. I'm the science teacher at the Cobb School Montessori in Simsbury. I'm here to show you a model of why we have eclipses on the Earth. That is because the moon comes between the sun and the Earth. And because the moon is 400 times closer than the sun to the Earth, it will cover the sun completely. We do not have a total eclipse here in Connecticut. The path of totality stretches from Oregon through Wyoming into Nebraska and all the way down to South Carolina. Here we just have a 70% eclipse, which will occur at 2:45 p.m. today. The other thing that you have to be very careful about is just making sure that you have the proper glasses or viewing filters so that you don't damage the retina of your eyes. So make sure you have the proper certified ISO glasses, or you can make a pinhole camera for yourself.
Coming up, August 30th, the first day of school. September 8th through September 10th, Septemberfest, will take place at Simsbury Meadows Performing Arts Center. Country music night with firework on Friday, Family Day on Saturday, and Oktoberfest on Sunday. $5 admission tickets is good for the entire weekend. Parking is free all 3 days, or activities for children and food. It was highlights and popular topics with Natalie. Thank you for joining us this night.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.